morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Anustha Acharya. The top stories first. Janata pleases to work as per people's need. Shrestha plans for garbage-free Kathmandu. Supreme Court rules out the suspension of NRB governor. Joint bench of justice state the suspension as an unconstitutional act. Successful test flight at Gautam Buddha International Airport. CAAN plans on initiation of 24 hours operation of airport. Explosion at Kabul mosque kills at least 10 people, 20 individuals hurt during the attack. And coach Al-Mutari calls 70 new players at closed camp training. 10 players left the camp citing the disagreement. And now the news in detail. Rashtriya Prajatantra Party's candidate for mayor of Kathmandu Metropolitan City, Madan Das Shrestha, has expressed his commitment to work according to the wishes of the common people within the metropolis if he wins. Shrestha, who is also a veteran artist, said that he has given his candidature for mayor from RPP to work according to the spirit and desire of the people of Kathmandu. Announcing his commitment letter for the election on Friday, he accused the Kathmandu metropolitan city of turning into a garbage dump as the people's representatives of the past failed to work honestly. The mayoral candidate Shrestha has announced an ambitious plan to make Kathmandu a garbage-free city within 6 months.
एक पटकलाई राष्ट्रिय प्रजातन्त्र पार्टीलाई राज्य सत्तामा रहेर तपाईहरुको सेवा गर्ने अवसर हाम्रो पार्टीलाई दिनुहुनेछ र त्यसपछि यो महानगरपालिका भित्रका आम नागरिकहरुको प्रति मेरो विशेष अनुरोध छ कि तपाईहरुको अत्याधिक मतलाई म कदर गरेर तपाईहरुको अत्याधिक मतलाई मलाई विजय गराउनु भयो भने तपाईहरुको मनोभावना तपाईहरुको चाहना अनुरूप मैले काम गर्ने मैले प्रतिबद्धता यहाँहरु प्रति म जाहेर गर्दछु.
Mayor candidate Shrestha said in his commitment letter that Kathmandu should be made corruption-free. Senior citizens and persons with disabilities should be made free in public transport, and religious and cultural heritages, including monasteries, temples, should be protected. The commitment letter also includes a plan to work for the healthy life of the citizens by establishing free health posts in each ward. The chairman of CPN-UML Socialists said that they are already ready, tested by general public and believed to be victorious again. He claimed that the good work done by them during his tenure in government has helped garner the popularity among the public. A report. During a uniting program with People Liberation Army Nepal, Chairman Nepal said that he has already proved himself by working selfless towards people and state when he was in government in 2052 BS. He expressed his strong belief that the people will nominate his government in local level election, all thanks to his work good in the past.
2051 सालमा पहिलोचोटि संसदमा ठूलो पार्टी बन्ने अवसर पाइसकेपछि गठन गरेको सरकारले जनताकै समस्यालाई केन्द्रबिन्दुमा राखेको थियो. जनताकै पीरमार्गलाई केन्द्रबिन्दुमा राखे राम्रो सुरुवात गर्यो. Beginning a morning shows the day.
He claimed that his party is the continuation of the real Communist Party of 2006 PS and added that he has fought for the protection of the achievement of communist movement in Nepal.
सबै हिसाबले कम्युनिस्ट आदर्शलाई परित्याग गर्ने स्थितिमा पुगिसकेपछि हामीले कम्युनिस्ट सिद्धान्तको रक्षा गर्न, आन्दोलनलाई जोगाउन, आदर्शलाई साकार पार्न, क्रान्तिकारी स्पिरिटलाई जोगाउँदै अघि बढ्न र नेपाली समाजको आमूल परिवर्तन गर्ने उद्देश्यलाई पूरा गर्नका लागि हामीले नेपाल कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी समाजवादीको निर्माण.
During a program, Arjun Burathoki, who leads one of the faction of PLA Nepal, said that CPN Maoists ignored the pain and sorrows of the PLA soldiers who were disqualified for selection into Nepalese army.
त्यसको पीडा हामीले बारम्बार कयौं साथीहरूले आत्महत्या गर्न बाध्य हुन आउँछ र कयौं साथीहरूले अहिले पनि रोडमा हुनुहुन्छ। हिजो धर्मेन्द्र गर्नेलाई हामी कालो मसो लाउँछौँ, हामी जहाँ रक्सी खानलाई कुर्छौँ भन्ने माओवादीहरू अहिले आज कुन चामल खाने, आज कहाँ कुन रेस्टुरेन्ट जाने, आज कहाँ घुम्ने हामी, आज कहाँ बस्ने हामी भन्ने कुराको मात्रै उनीहरूको सोच यो जनयुद्धपछि सोच छ। त्यो सोचलाई हामी परिवर्तन गर्नका निमित्त यो पार्टीमा आएका छौँ।
The ex-PLAs are divided into different factions, and these factions are led by Lenin Bista, Asim Angbuhang, Limbu, and others. UNMIN disqualified around 4,900 PLA on the basis of their age and late field. The ex-PLA demanded for relief packages to the government and asked for reinstatement of the then underage PLAs. However, government has not been able to address the demand of the ex-People Liberation Army of Maoist. The Supreme Court has given continuity to the previous short-term interim order in the case of Governor Mahaprasad Adhikari of Nepal Rashtra Bank. A joint bench of Justices Sapana Pradhan Malla and Tanga Bahadur Muktan on Friday upheld the earlier interim order. Concluding the 3-day-long hearing, a joint bench of Justices Malla and Muktan continued the interim order issued earlier, saying it was unconstitutional and against the law to suspend Governor Adhikari without giving him a chance to explain. Governor Adhikari was automatically suspended by the cabinet meeting on April 19, formed a committee to investigate him. After the government formed a committee to investigate the governor, citing leaks of confidential information and lack of efficiency, the officer went against the investigation committee. The apex court had issued a short interim order to the governor on April 20 to return to the post. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back. After the break, we continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 8 new cases of COVID-19 across the country. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, the number of active cases of COVID-19 has dropped to 400 after 456 people recovered from the disease. So far, a total of 978,770 people have tested positive for the virus in Nepal, while 966,558 people have already recovered. No new death from the virus was reported yesterday. The death toll from the virus remains constant at 11,951. Nepal is currently among top 62 countries affected by coronavirus. USA tops the list with 82.78 million cases, followed by India with 43.06 confirmed cases. The virus has infected more than 510.70 million people worldwide and has claimed over 6.24 million lives. Director General of the Civil Aviation Authority of Nepal, Pradeep Adhikari, has warned that the money earned by the domestic airlines by hurting the people will not be tolerated. After the test flights of Nepal Airlines wide-body aircraft at Gautam Buddha International Airport on Thursday, the Director General Adhikari warned that the domestic airlines would not implement the night flight plan. He clarified that it has been decided to operate domestic airports 18 hours a day and international airports 24 hours a day to solve the problem, as people have been hit while having to stay at the airport for hours. The Director General also expressed dissatisfaction over the statement issued by the domestic airlines that they are unable to fly for 18 hours. Similarly, the Director General Adhikari said that the 24-hour operation will be started from May 12 to solve the traffic jam at the Tribhuvan International Airport. He said that the Gautam Buddha Airport will be operational 24 hours a day from May 16. And now the news from economic front. At a time when the country's foreign reserves are declining, the commitment for the foreign direct investment (FDI) has increased according to the Department of Industry. In the past 9 months of the current fiscal year, more than rupees 33 billion of FDI has been approved. The investigation commitment in the current fiscal year has increased by rupees 7.28 billion compared to the total investment commitment of 26.14 billion in the corresponding period of the previous year. This is the FDI amount approved by the Department of Industry. The department has stated that it has approved investment for 155 projects. According to the department, foreign investment worth about rupees 398 billion has been approved in Nepal so far. Although FDI commitment has been rising year on year, it declined due to COVID in the past 2 years. However, foreign investment commitments have started increasing again this year. Foreign investors have been seeking approval for investment in the service sector, tourism, information technology, agriculture and forest-based industries, and manufacturing, among other sectors. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back. Now the international news. A powerful blast hit a mosque in western Kabul during prayers, killing at least 10 and wounding 20, the latest attacks on Afghan places of worship and civilian targets during the holy month of Ramadan. Bismullah Habib, deputy spokesperson of the Afghan Interior Ministry, said the explosion went off on Friday at the Guljan Mosque in western Kabul at about 2 p.m. local time. Hundreds of worshippers had gathered for prayers on the last Friday of Ramadan, and the mosque was packed. Wahid, an Afghan in his 30s, said he was home when he heard about the blast and rushed to the mosque right away, knowing his brother was there. He recalled the scene of mayhem, the screams and shouts for help. He helped carry the wounded to ambulances. Ambulances raced to the side, driving up to the end of the narrow street in an eastern neighborhood of Kabul to reach the mosque, as reported by Al Jazeera. 2 British volunteers providing humanitarian assistance in Ukraine have been detained by the Russian military, as reported by Al Jazeera. The non-profit Presidium Network said on Friday that the 2 civilians were seized at a checkpoint south of the southeastern city. It is identified the pair of Paul Ure and Dylan Hille. Ure and Hille was working independently as part of a project in Ukraine to provide food, medical supplies and evacuation support, according to the organization, which has been active in Ukraine. You are watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Chief coach Abdullah Al-Mutari, who kicked out 10 players from the national football team of Nepal, has called 70 new players for closed camp training. The dispute between players and the chief coach started after Al-Mutari ordered Rohit Chand to leave the training camp for demanding the players to be kept at a hotel instead of Anfa hostel. Other 9 players who backed the stand-in skipper were also told to leave the camp. This further flared up the tension as 9 senior players left the camp, saying that the players will ill-treated for raising genuine demands. On Tuesday, Al-Mutari called 17 players, including Bikesh Kutu and George Prince Karki, to fill the void left by the departure of the 10 senior players. It has been learned that the new players started training since Wednesday itself. However, Kutu did not attend the training. The 10 players who left the training camp organized a press conference on Thursday to shed light about the incident. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. RPP candidate Madan Das Shrestha praises to work as per people's need. Shrestha plans for garbage-free Kathmandu. Supreme Court rules out the suspension of NRB governor. Joint bench of justice state the suspension as the unconstitutional act. successful test flight at Gautam Buddha International Airport, CAAN plans on initiation for 24 hours operation of airport. Explosion at Kabul kills at least 10 people, 20 individuals hurt during the attack. And coach Al-Mutari calls 70 new players at closed camp training. 10 players left the camp citing the disagreement. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website, janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.